Hi, welcome back to my cup of TV. I'm Jenny and I'm back with another episode of Buffy. So this is episode 10, season 4 episode 10. Last episode was the one where Willow did a spell which caused Buffy and Spike to get engaged and be all over each other. And Xander was chased by demons everywhere. Giles was blind. So that was a fun kind of standalone episode. I do wonder whether there'll be any repercussions from that in this episode and going forward, like, you know, memories of Buffy being with Spike, teasing about it, that kind of thing. So this one is called Hush, which makes me think of someone being silenced or unable to hear, which could be because I know there was the episode where Buffy could like hear everybody's thoughts, so I wonder whether in this one she can't hear or whether she can't speak or someone is going through that, or it's about keeping secrets. So please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and remember that over on Patreon we are 2 videos ahead, which will be one of Angel and one of Buffy. That sounds like a kid and it's creepy. Oh.
See you on Monday for a final review session.
So what have you got going on today?
Patrolling.
Patrolling?
Petroleum.
Patrol.
Uh-huh.
Tonight you have crude oil.
Oh, Buffy. Got a bit too relaxed there.
You have a group called the Gentlemen. Group of what? Gentlemen. Don't know. So
he's just living with Giles
we're
now?
out a week of it. We are. We took it because you ate it all. Again. Get some more. I thought vampires were supposed to eat blood.
Yeah, well, sometimes I like to crumble up the weaker bits in the blood, give it a little texture.
Oh.
We come together.
Maybe Willow could spend some time with Spike. They get on.
Plus, every time we talk, I have to lie. A Slayer thing comes up one way or another.
Yeah.
I
Must
wish
be
I could
hard.
just come clean.
Well, you can't. Yeah, I know I can. But closing gets done.
This is the burden we bear, brother.
This is a very good look on Riley, I have to
Cause
say.
any girl living within we are cool on cool. Yeah, we must Clark Kent our way through.
So that's a good look on his friend too. I'm liking the arms.
I don't see why I have to be tied up.
It's just while I'm sleeping.
You can't hurt anyone.
Fight you anyway.
Oh, you would.
Not bloody likely.
I happen to be very biteable, pal. I'm moist and delicious.
All right, yeah, fine.
Just keep him
You're a
awake.
nummy treat.
And don't you forget.
He'll be bored.
Sam, don't you care about me? Shut up. We never talk. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, that's the box the girl was holding. And voices. Okay. Ooh. Okay, he's creepy. Ah. It's everyone. What's the point of calling someone you can't speak? Oh, it's a vocal thing to get down there. Oh, it still works with the retinal thing, okay.
Local code not accepted.
Please state your name for full identification.
Oh. Oh.
News item from Sunnydale, California. Apparently the entire town has been quarantined due to an epidemic of, as strange as this may sound, laryngitis. It seems the town has been rendered unable to speak. There's no word yet what might have caused this or what other effects.
So it is only the town. Is this where he's going to see her fight and she's going to have to claim that she's done like martial arts since childhood or something? Okay, that's creepy. What? The hell are they? Like, why are some suited and levitated? Why are some like in straitjackets? Oh Jesus! You never go to a window at night and look out. No. It's where they're like happily like conversing with each other. It's just so weird. Oh, what are they gonna do to him? Ugh. So I find with the creatures and things in this, oh, this is his heart. So the more human they are, the creepier they are. So they've got 7 hearts. Are there 7 of them? Does he know? Has he seen something? Oh. Well, I suppose a lot of fairy tales would link in with the supernatural. Of course, Sander, of course. Exactly. That's the vital information. Oh dear. Okay. What about the cry of like a newborn baby? Because they haven't been able to steal the voice from it if it cries loud enough. Oh, don't go in there, Riley. Oh no. And why the people that they chose? Because they chose specific people, because they were going past all the doors. So is there something about those people and their hearts in particular? This is why they picked them? Have they all gone out? And so I was saying that something was moving in there, wasn't it? Ugh. It looks like those you can kill though. Come on, Willow. It was near Willow's door. Or someone else is at Willow's door. Ooh. Oh, see, this is where he's going to see a fight. Oh, she's seen him in his uniform as well. And he wants to know why she's walking around with a crossbow. Is this where he finds out that maybe doesn't tell the initiative about her? He's looking at what the hell, is she some sort of superhero? Oh, that's where he shows how he feels. Poor Spike. Is Willow going to use her magic? I suppose though, if she can't say the spell, can she do it? Maybe she can do it with her. Can she like feel the power of another person? Of another witch? Oh, open the box, it lets all the voices out. And scream. Ah! Gross. You guys need to have a conversation.
No, you are.
She obviously felt something. I know they've like found a friend, but kind of ship them.
Say this was,
Aye.
Right, this I want to see.
Hi.
Well, I guess we have to talk.
Yes, let's do this. Are they going to tell the truth? Ugh. Or have they both already thought up stories? And will they tell the whole truth, or will they only tell little bits of the truth and keep some secret? Like, will Buffy say that she's the Slayer, or will she say that she knows about the supernatural world and is able to defend herself? Will she say about Giles and the others? And like for him, will he talk about who else is in the initiative? And will he tell the initiative about her? And will she tell the others about him? I think she will tell the others about him. I don't know whether he's going to tell the initiative about her. Okay. I'm glad I'm watching this during the day, because I think if I watched that and then went to bed, I'd be having some really creepy nightmares. Those things were horrid. It's the more like, I think I said during, the more human-like the villain, the creepier they are. And the fact that their face, like, ugh, the bulging eyes, but it was the smile. because like their mouth is smiling but their eyes aren't smiling, and it's that permanent one. And and then you add in the mannerisms of just people. Ugh, creepy. And then of course their lackeys that were clearly more animal-like in their behaviour. I don't know what I say. I do know what's worse, but the fact that you had the kind of animal beast-like behaviour of the lackeys that was really creepy and unpredictable, but then the calm, calculated moves of the gentleman, I'm assuming they're the gentlemen being suited and booted, was even creepier because you weren't really sure what was going on. Yeah, it definitely made me jump. There's a reason that you close the curtains when it's getting dark, not when it's actually dark, and you don't go near the windows when it's dark. No. If I have to go to a window when it's dark outside to close curtains and things and I can't see, I don't look out the window. I'm one of those, I'll look that way and do it. I can't. No. Right, so we start with Giles, and I think her name was Olivia. So it sounds like she's British. So is she flying in from the UK just to visit him? Because, that's a very long distance relationship if that's where this is going. Because obviously he said to her about it, if it's too scary, and she was like, I don't know. Which would suggest that that's their decision on whether they can continue this or not. It's nice for Giles to have something and someone outside of the group. He's always hanging around with teenagers. Spike being like an annoying relative that no one really wants to have stay with them, so you're kind of passing them around. Yeah, I think they did a good job with him in this episode, that it wasn't about him, but we can't ignore the fact that he's there and we need to see where he is, because we know he's not just roaming free. So yeah, they did a good job of giving him bits where he's funny, and they're just showing us that he's around, but he's not the focus right now. Xander and Anya. Good on Anya for calling it out and being like, hang on a minute. Just because I may not follow the conventional behaviours of the girls doesn't mean that I don't have feelings and that I don't need to know how you feel and all of that. Although it does annoy me when he kind of belittles that, and the way he wouldn't talk about it and things, because I can't think of an exact example, but I'm sure we've seen that kind of behaviours from him. Maybe it was when he was with Cordelia, on kind of wanting to know how someone feels about you and all of that. So yeah, don't be like that to her. She's been really good to you. She's put up with so much shit from you already. Willow. So her Wicca group was probably what I would expect to find. A group of people, to be honest, they were quite up their own arses of, I'm a Wiccan, I believe this and I believe that and we should do this, and clearly not, I don't want to say genuine, because you know what, it's not for me to decide what you are and what your beliefs make you, but they seem to want to play at witches rather than actually being one or learn how to be one. Whereas obviously Willow genuinely is one, and so she's made a friend who is also one. I can't remember the girl's name, but I'm sure we'll find out again, because she's going to be a recurring character, or at least in another episode. I know that was about them bonding as witches and finding a friend and a companion for that, someone who gets it. But when they were there holding hands and looking at each other, I thought, I'll ship it. Yeah, I could see it. I also think it's going to be a really useful friendship for the group and for Willow, because even though Giles knows stuff about witchcraft and he reads the books, he's not practiced. He's not a practicing witch. Whereas this girl has obviously grown up with it. She's going to have so much more knowledge and practical knowledge that we don't already have in the group. So we could really explore that. And of course, she said about how powerful Willow is. So clearly there's a lot to come from Willow that even she wasn't aware of. And then of course we have Buffy and Riley. So I like the fact that they haven't kept each other in the dark for too long. You know, there's been a little bit of mystery, a bit of the mishaps between them, but you know, sometimes you can spend a whole season just going, are they going to find out? So I'm glad that we've got to that at a good point, I think. And they did it in a good way, that they had to deal with the situation, and that there's no coming out of this situation without some revelations, because what they saw was so creepy and supernatural, and they had to work together to defeat it. You know, there's no explaining that away. So they have to address the supernatural, which in turn means they have to address how they know about it and their involvement in that world. So, yeah, as I said, I think she will tell him she's the Slayer. I think she'll tell him that, you know, she's fought these things before, and I think she'll tell him that Willow knows. I don't think she'll tell him anything else about like Willow being a witch or Oz being a werewolf or any of that, but I think she will tell him that Willow knows. I think he'll tell her that he is part of a group working to stop demons being able to harm humans. And I think then she may bring up the initiative and that discussion might happen. I don't know if he's going to tell her who else is involved in it. We'll see. Or whether he'll kind of bring her into the fold. Because a part of me thinks that he won't tell the initiative about Buffy, because as the Slayer, they may want to take her, the way they've taken the supernatural beings, to experiment on or just, you know, or use her. So I don't think he's going to tell them. Although it would be really interesting to have kind of a set-up, sit-down meeting of Riley and the Professor with Buffy and Giles. That would be really interesting. And probably Spike there to add in his little sarcasm, his little sarcastic quips and his hatred of both parties. So yeah, things are really, really getting interesting. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.